Welcome back to Nick Lenz's Comic Corner, Classic slash Non-Classic. This is episode number 1061, episode number 955. Two Smallville trades. First up, it's Smallville, Volume 1, Guardian. This collects the first four issues of the ongoing series of Smallville. Written by Brian Q. Miller. Yeah, he wrote the entire thing of Smallville Season 11. He was also known as writing, basically, Batgirl. Now, where is the placement of this particular series? Well, it takes place. Now, the series starts off 6 months after the series finale. You're probably thinking, wait, I thought the series finale ended with basically Clark going to the rooftop Daily Planet, just ripping a shirt open, basically wearing a Superman shirt. Which, what I heard, was a frickin' t-shirt. Yep. Oh, and anytime you saw him apparently in the suit, it was CGI. Yep. Also, he has a new costume that's heavily inspired by the New 52 look. Yep. Now, I did talk about this briefly. Now, I had talked about briefly the small materials before. I reviewed volumes 2. I believe it's also 4. Actually, it's 1, 5, 6, and 7 I have reviewed, but yeah. In the case of this, basically, it's just Superman his first adventure. And, of course, having some stuff dealing with the Superman comics in here. Yep. Like the series starts off basically with we first see Superman. He's saving a Russian space station, and I love the way his debut looks in the series. Like he seals the hole up, but yeah, this is fantastic. I love the artwork in here. It's done by Perry Perez. I don't know if this person's related to George Perez, but man, such good artwork and such a fantastic job with the likeness. When it comes, not much for Tom Welling per se, but yeah, apparently it's similar to Tom Welling. Maybe they couldn't have his permission to do this particular issue. I would probably say that the only actor who actually looks, the only character, I mean, if you look at all the characters in this book. Yes. Now, from what I can tell, like Lex is probably the most accurate look, basically. You can say he looks kind of like the way he does in the show. Not the case of everybody else. I mean, they do slightly little smudges here and I mean, you can tell on the cover, yeah, that's Tom Welling on the cover, but that's not how they draw his face in the book. Yep. Mostly it's about Superman basically like reestablishing. Also, Lex for some reason is walking with a glove in his hand. As far as I remember, he never actually had anything bad to have his hand in the show. He just basically, of course, you see ghosts of his dead sister. Yep, we see Green Arrow does some stuff. Of course, since he's publicly known, yeah, his end became publicly known in season 10 of the show. And of course, Otis, he has frickin' Otis. Why the heck not? And of course, we have something that leads into the Cyborg Superman stuff. We see this is also the first appearance of Hank Henshaw. Yep, Hank Henshaw. Those of you not familiar with this character, aka the frickin' Cyborg Superman, the man went on a frickin' rampage against Superman, all because what happened here, this is loosely based upon it. Yes, here's the thing. Unlike in the original continuity, when I think it was John Byrne who created this guy, yeah, of course, you have a minor subplot with a alternate version of Chloe Silva shows up in here. Yeah, and she's killed by the frickin' by the Monitor. Yes, the Monitor. And well, apparently it's also revealed that he destroyed Earth 2. And his flashbacks Earth 2 in this book and I think the next book as well. Yep. Unlike in the main book where Superman actually failed to save Hank Henshaw's coup. This one he actually did succeed. Yes. One thing he at least got praised the fact Brian Q. Miller was not going to go the same route as the original story, even though, yes, it's loosely based upon it, but high praise Brian Q. Miller for basically not going that freaking route. Yeah, and also it's revealed not in this trade here. Well, basically it's revealed that Chloe Sell was pregnant with Oliver's child. Yeah, this hints at basically the actual epilogue of the episode. Yeah, and of course, Hank Henshaw's body is transformed to a robot made by Emil Hamilton. No, it's not the Cyborg Superman, but yes, that's basically what it is. Superman tries to go after Lex, but the military goes after him for covers for him because, well, he does like extraterrestrials. Okay, despite the fact that Clark actually fights against them. So yes, also, unlike in the previous continuity, Hank Henshaw's wife actually died. In this continuity, She's alive and well. We have Hank Henshaw in the body of a robot. Not Cyborg Superman, mind you. Nope. Yeah. So we have him fight Lex for a bit, and we have some minor stuff with the Ultra Color Sullivan. Yeah, this is actually set up for a mini-series much later. Yep. Like, here's a close-up of Lex's face. Like, wow. He's probably by far, like I said, the only character you can definitely say that is a striking resemblance to the actor placement of the show. Clark kind of does. Lex definitely does. So, apparently something is wrong with Clark's power. This becomes a subplot for pretty much like... Yeah, this goes on for like up until like the full story comes right after this one. Yep. There's also something involving like Lex being haunted by the ghost of his dead sister. Yep. And that's a subplot that drags on for a good period of time. But this book is definitely a good start for this series. This book a 9.5 out of 10. Next book, Hunted. Yes, this has basically the debut, the actual in-universe debut of Jay Garrick and the return of Impulse. Yep, and apparently those identities, the possible aliases that he was like Jay Garrick, Wally West, Barry Allen. Yeah, he actually stole those. Yep. And gotta love Impulse's costume. It's a nice little nod to his combo costume, a bit, but yeah, it's a great looking costume. Also, he's running from the Black Flash in here. No, Black Flash is not like the comic counterpart, but yeah, Hunts of Black Flash makes his debut in here, along with Gorilla Grodd and Mishir Mala, a couple Doom Patrol villains. I'm like, okay. And plus, we have the debut of the, I kid you not, the Blue Suit Superman. Yeah, but uses the absorptive speed force of like speedsters of like a lot of different speedsters in here. Now it's still, Phil Jimenez basically, we have Jorge Jimenez basically take over the artwork, which is fine, but the artwork is still fantastic. And of course, well, we have a little race between Bart and Clark. They go to France, and and thanks to also, yeah, they also brought up a minor subplot that actually started here with Clark's powers being a little haywire, thanks to Speed Force. Yeah, it's reveal what happened to it in a minute. Yep, so, yeah, they chased the Black Flash in here. Of course, Clark finds out. We also, here's Jay Garrick in his actual first full appearance outside of stock footage for this particular universe. I gotta say, I love the look of his costume. It's very much it's like his combo costume, but it has like the buttons up the side, which is actually a nod to the original Captain Marvel costume. Jay Garrick's costume, the original one, looked nothing like this at all. Nope. I appreciate the blue pants thing, but that's the thing with him. We also flashback to Earth 2, probably because Chloe's got memories of it, with Ultraman. Yep, going on a killing spree. Also, it's shown in here of how he killed Oliver Queen. How did he kill him? Well, he killed him right after he outed him as Ultraman. Like, yeah, Ultraman is Clark Luthor. And then Clark kills him, like, right away. Yep. And this is before his second appearance in the show. Yeah. So yeah, Superman basically puts on a suit, absorbs a bunch of species' powers. We get a brief cameo by frickin' Batgirl just to get a rocket. Yes. Actually, it's not. Even though this technically is supposed to be, it's Barbara Gordon. But in this universe, she is Nightwing. Yep. Oh yeah, in case you're wondering, is Dick Grayson here? Yes, she's actually dating him. Yep. And he's basically her boyfriend. I think he's a cop for the GCPD. I believe so. I'm sorry, a bunch of Speedster's powers. He fights briefly the Black Flash, but Impulse takes all the speed that Clark took and using the Black Flash, which apparently kills them both. Yep. Kills them both, and then as a nice tribute. Now, one thing I do appreciate though about this comic book was that we have returned to the JSA headquarters, which is actually the first time the building's been seen since that two-parter that aired during season 10, which had the first extra season 9 debut of the JSA. It's my favorite episode. It's my favorite favorite two episodes of the whole series because we had a live action debut in the episode of Stargirl and Dr. Fate in the very same episode. And we also have in here Abigail Harkness. Yeah, she's here as well. And I love the fact that they actually have it here. Of course, they keep in mind that, well, Hawkman is still dead. Yeah, if you're wondering how he died, he got killed by frickin' Slade Wilson, aka Deathstroke. By the way, Deathstroke he was never called that at all here. Nope. He never wore a mask. He did wear an eye patch, though, which was a steel eye patch, not a traditional eye patch he's not wearing. Yeah. Was Neil Man in this universe? Oh, yes, he definitely was. What happened to him? Last I heard, he fell into a coma. And he never actually physically appears in the series. His daughter does, but not him. Yep. This book is fantastic. This book A, 9.5 out of 10. Really good. I can't wait to get my hands on volumes like 4. 4 definitely I want to get my hands on that so I can kind of cap off the main series before I get to the rest of the miniseries for season 11. Now, my dad has watched the entire series of Smallville. He and I watched the whole series starting with season 2. We watched it from pretty much from that point forward up until the series finale. Though we did occasionally not watch all the episodes together. We occasionally did. We did watch the series finale together, but we did not watch a lot of the episodes together. I mean, I did actually watch some. Now, in the case season 1 for Smallville, now people described Smallville as basically Superman on Dawson's Creek. It was kind of like that for the first 2 seasons, and then started season I would say with season 4, the series got better. Yeah. Though it's kind of interesting though that in that universe, Green Arrow becomes the first publicly known superhero before Superman does. Yep. And there's still a few different superheroes. Yep. Also, I forgot to mention here the debut of Watchtower 2, aka Tess Luthor. Yes, Lex's half sister. Who, by the way, in the show, she had to wear eye contacts. She had a particular set of eye contacts that allow Lex to see her take off her frickin' clothes. I'm like, dude, Lex, are you that frickin' obsessed with your sister? Do you want to bang her? Seriously, Lex. I'm not sure what writer thought that was a good idea to have Lex Luthor have his sister wear eye contacts that allows him to see his sister do various things, including having sex with Oliver Queen and see her completely naked anytime that he wants to. As for why he did this, the show never explained it at all. Oh yeah, in case you're wondering, the whole thing with Lex, despite the fact he was killed off in season 7, yeah, it's actually kind of explained that the Lex that's in here is a clone. Yeah, and of course, they do mention what happened in this series finale with the whole Planet Apocalypse actually showing up before Superman puts it back wherever it goes. He doesn't destroy the plane, he just pushes it back. But yeah, that's what happened in the series finale. But for these 2 trades, really good. At least in the case of when you read this by Volume 3, it does have a minor plot thread. Apparently, Superman's powers went haywire after events the first arc of this series. Lucky enough by this arc, thanks to contacting the Speed Force, it fixed his powers. He's perfectly fine now. Yep. And like I said, can't wait to get my hands on Volume 4 because I've already reviewed Volumes 2, 5, 6, and 7. Those 4 volumes I got from Ollie's. These I got from a comic shop called Nerd Attic, which only cost about $11 a piece, which wasn't too bad for an original price of $14.99. Yeah, it saved $3, which wasn't too bad for 2 trades. Yep. So yeah, that's it for a particular review, and that's the last thing I'm going to do today. Tomorrow, be a review of Black Clover, hopefully Toshiba Reservoir Chronicle, maybe another Comic Corner, and, well, mostly 3 definite ones, like Black Clover, Toshiba Reservoir Chronicle, And I believe the other one's probably going to be a movie review. But aside from that, there's like nothing else going on tomorrow I can think of. Maybe I can do a comic corner, but it depends if I get the next couple trades then. But yeah, no other, basically mainly just 3 videos tomorrow. Hopefully get them all done, okay? Yeah, so that's his particular view. I'm also hoping to put these videos up today to put them up like the very next day, like I have been doing the past couple days. Alright, so, until this next video. Bye.